Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time on this channel, you're welcome. I am A.H.P. I'm an author and I also do business. Now today's video is basically me showing you the behind the scenes of a virtual book launch. Okay, so it's being done. This book launch is being hosted in my own home. Okay, and so we've set up already, and of course some of the things that are not part of the book launch, but they're just there at the minute. Okay, so this is what goes on behind the scenes. We prepare everything to do with the book launch, and then once it's time to launch the book, then we share what basically we need to share about the book and also about the topic of the book, or one of the topics in the book. Okay, so today's book launch is for the Planting for Food book series by A.H.P, and the first book is called Planting for Food Indoor Sowing, and then the second book is called Planting for Food Outdoor Sowing. All right, so here we've got labels, sticky labels that is used to label planting pots. Okay, and then we've got examples of pots that you get for free when you buy, of course. Well, it comes not really for free, but it comes with plant plugs. Okay, so that's when you've bought plants that have already started growing from the supermarket or from the gardening center. And then I've got some gardening tools, okay, and resources there as examples, and also what's it called, a particular plant there. And then we've got some ant killers and creeper crawlies and all of that insect. And then we've got more planting pots, and then different sizes of where you can plant your crops. And then we've got bigger, of course, bigger what's it called, plastic boxes, just to show people that you don't, if you don't have money or you don't have a lot of money to buy planting pots like those ones there, terracotta ones, or even the black ones or the silver ones, you can actually just use you know pots like plastic stuff like these. Okay, and this is an under bed storage box. Okay, so I use quite a lot of them. And okay, so it shows like the different crops that we've got going on. Okay, and then behind I've got an example of what's it called, of composting. So because we don't use fertilizer, store-bought fertilizer anyway. And then behind we've got more crops there, and then here we've got the what's it called, greenhouse. Okay, mini greenhouse. So for those people who may not have big space but they've got little space maybe in their kitchen like I do, they can just use the greenhouse. Okay, that's mini greenhouse. All right, or they can just use their windowsill if they don't have a mini greenhouse, just windowsill, and then you open your windows. And I've got more examples of windowsill, using the space on your windowsill there. So this is my kitchen windowsill, so you can put as many pots as you need. So for example, on this window you can have four planting pots like that, and then you can have like four more there, or even two, and then just put in between the two you can put smaller pots or medium-sized pots. Okay, and for those of you who may have decided to use big plastic work like these, you can just put them either in your conservatory if you have conservatory space. But if you don't have a conservatory space but you have a nice hallway entry point, you can just use that. I've got a video on this channel already that shows you what's it called, that shows you our entry, basically how I use this in our entry point. Okay, and then of course I've got there a recording device that I'm going to be using to film later on, because it's going to be live streamed. And then of course, if I had my family members who are older, they could have a sitting space, so I've created a sitting space for two, four people, and then maybe behind there they could also put extra seats. But because my flooring is not yet complete, and I don't have that bigger family, we're not going to be using that behind space. Okay, so but if that was the case, it would be so. And then of course I've got on the side there, I've just got some flowers and then a book that I already released. So that's my first book, called Take Off the Mask, Be You, Stop Pretending. And then I need to put another book, so you can put your books there that you've already released, so then you can use it as a shameless plug to let the, what's it called, to let your audience know. And also for people who may be in person, like part of your family, of course, they can just, or friends, they can just have a look at the books there. And or even if you already have copies of the book that you're launching, you can also do that, place one like that, and then put the rest on the table like that, and then people can just pick it and look at it and purchase. Okay, those who are in person, they can purchase, and those who are online, because it's a virtual book launch, they can just place their order and you send it out to them. Okay, so basically that is it. And then of course it has a space for you to stand. Of course I'll be standing somewhere somewhere there. Okay, but you won't be seeing the rest of that background, because yeah, okay, you won't be needing the rest of that background. But if you had in person, like your family members, and maybe they wanted to have drinks and all of that, there's hot space for hot drinks, space for cold drinks and snacks, and all of that is there as well. Okay, so you have to factor all that in. And well, this is going to be a quiet space because I have just put my son to sleep. Okay, because it's going to be starting, the book launch is going to be starting in a few minutes. So you have to make sure that if you have young children, they're occupied with their toys, or they are being looked after. And because it's an in-house book launch, I have the privilege of being able to put my son to sleep so he can have his afternoon nap for an hour while I do the book launch. So that is basically it. But if you have like a babysitter or a childminder, you could just drop your little ones off, and or a family member who can look after them while you do your book launch, you know, with less distraction, you could do that. So that is basically the behind the scene, okay, of a virtual book launch, in-house virtual book launch. Okay, so yeah, that is it. If you have any questions on how to plan, let me know in the comment section, and let me know in the comment section, and I'll do a video on how to plan your book launch, whether it's a virtual book launch or an in-person book launch. Okay, just let me know in the comment section, and I'll be sure to do those videos and upload them. Other than that, have a good day, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye.